All right, Big Mang, today is Thursday. It is January 15th. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. Before we get going here, I want to tell you guys big news. Also, I want to tell you guys this. Did you guys know, like Cheah and Nick are here if you're listening on audio, did you guys know we're giving away a car?
I saw that. Boggled my mind.
Yes, a Chevy.
And we're not talking just any Chevy. We're talking up to a...
I think, yeah, exactly.
A Chevy Silverado.
Well, yeah, it's basically a Chevy. You can get that. You can get a Silverado. You can get the Equinox. You get the Blazer. There's a lot of options there at Chevy. That's pretty sick.
You boy,
awesome.
Yes,
dunces are giving away a car.
Yes,
exactly. So that's the big news. It's not just the Bears in the playoffs. Chevy Drive Chicago wants to give you a chance to win the car you want. That's right. You get to pick which car you want to win. Pick it, win it, drive it. So many great cars to pick from in the Chevy lineup. There is one that's perfect for you, and it's what you need. Need a truck to you can depend on. Pick the Silverado, ready to go EV. The Equinox EV is perfect for you. Want an SUV? The Blazer or Equinox is what you need. Entering is easy. Go to ChevyDriveChicago.com to enter to win. In the meantime, go shop your pick at your local Chevy dealer today, the official partner of the Chicago Bears. Pretty sick.
That's amazing. What a good one.
I want to see.
Dude, I think that'll be a huge conflict of interest.
I know. That's what everyone keeps saying. Like, oh, can I enter?
I've had my family, like a bunch of them enter, yeah. I sent it to every one of my siblings, my dad. I'm like, please enter this. Please try to win it.
I mean, it's so cool. It's a car.
Yeah, man.
Give away a Chevy.
My father drives a minivan.
Not just any car.
Minivans
Really?
are cool.
Yeah.
Minivans are cool. Minivans are cool.
But my dad's an empty nester. He lives alone.
Okay.
That's like a.
Yeah.
That's a creepy man.
Is it for childhood?
I grew up with them because I have 5 siblings. There was 8 of us total in the house and 2 dogs usually. So we always had vans. But now my dad's an empty nester. He literally lives alone by himself, and he opted for a minivan. Just like a 2002 Windstar or something, like an old shitty minivan.
Was your dad? That's creepy.
Yeah.
Buy it in like 2002?
No, he's institutional. I don't know if it's actually 02. It's probably like 09. I don't know. It's older though. I think he's just institutionalized by always his entire life having shit cars where he just opts for
doesn't
shit
want
cars.
to change.
Yeah.
Win him a Chevy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to do.
Go sign up. You're crazy if you don't. Also, guys, part of My Cheesesteak is teamed up with Penn Station East Coast Subs to offer a new cheesesteak that raises the bar even higher for cheesesteak lovers. Introducing the Mega Cheesesteak. It's a limited time offer for this football season. One-of-a-kind sub built with a mega portion of steak, pepperoni, provolone, and American cheeses, sauteed onions, mushrooms, banana peppers, and mayo. It's been around for over 40 years, Penn Station, that is. Huge in the Midwest, 320 locations. You can get that, some fresh squeezed lemonade, fresh baked cookie, undefeated combo. It's the only place fans can get the Mega Cheesesteak. So order it in store, online, or through the Penn Station app for delivery. All right, everybody, welcome to the Brain Clash 6. We have Nick here to join, as you guys heard there at the top, because the judging's gonna be a little different. I didn't, everyone says red Ed. I didn't want all the power. It's too much pressure. So now there will be 3 judges because obviously we can't have a split jury.
You told me I had to listen to you though.
That is something that is a move he'd pull, but I mean, this is like a kind of fake contest and the pressure is too big for you.
Well, yeah, I want it to be fair.
Wait, and what do you mean by fake contest?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like we're winning anything for winning a brain clash.
Yeah, if you're going to do something, you should try your best.
Yeah, absolutely. But you're tapping out because
I'm not tapping out at all. I'm fine-tuning.
Okay.
I'm fine-tuning the idea.
And who better to fine-tune it with than Nick Turani?
Unbiased.
Yeah, a guy who has a lot of experience with both of your brains. And then, of course, Lantz will be the 3rd judge. Guy in the room.
I will say the Twitter love I got after last brain clash was crazy. They said that I mopped the floor with you.
Yeah, a lot of people thought I skewed towards you, which is okay. But
I mean, I feel like I pretty flatly won the arguments. Maybe you took better sides, but you didn't argue it better.
What are you laughing at?
Wait, what do you mean took better sides?
No, I know what you're
we
saying.
Each have to take one side of the argument, and you have
even
to
if you
argue
don't
better.
believe it.
So,
Yes,
but you argued even though you didn't quite believe it, you argued your points better.
Correct.
There you go. It looked like you forgot how to do a podcast there for a second.
Why?
You weren't talking into the mic.
Oh, sorry.
I was like, what are you doing?
I gotta say, Ed, this chair is
It's fantastic.
It was a
right?
nice move.
Got
It
it
was
at
a nice
Office
move.
Max when they were going out of business, and it was like 75% off.
Dave, my
Is that one of the
suggestion
Shaq
would be
chairs?
raise it up though.
I don't think it is.
Have you seen
I
Shaq's
don't
line
think
of
it-
office
Okay.
chairs?
Does he?
He's got a nice collection.
Dude, he has everything. He does.
He has to be the
dress
most
shirts.
exhausted guy in the world.
Yeah, I know, right? He does dress shirts. He does a lot of shit.
Dollar General. Yeah.
Dollar General, yeah.
The
Old
general.
Bond.
The General.
Shoes, not the
And Dollar General?
No, just the general. You guys are right. All right, so here's the format, Nick. I don't think I even explained it to you that well. 5 topics. They both pick a side, and they go at it. It's that simple.
Has there ever
less than
been
a
a
5.
point where neither of them proved their point?
Yes,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did.
Oh, yeah.
Last brain clash, I stalemated them.
Yeah.
They both did bad on an argument.
Okay.
So here we go. To lead it off, since Cheah won last time, he gets the pick. He gets to pick to take the first topic or choose his side or defer. First topic, which I think you will choose: MLB or NBA. What is the better league?
You know what? I'm gonna throw Dave a bit of a curveball here. I'm gonna take Major League Baseball.
Whoa.
Because I want to hear you argue the NBA.
I don't think he can.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
All right, Steven, your time starts now.
Major League Baseball is a great product. It is on primarily during most off seasons. You can follow March Madness. It starts right at the very end of that. NFL regular season, you're just in the playoffs. You got a nice block of spring and summer where there's not too much going on. And as a new baseball fan myself, I'm repping the Cubs right now because I signed Alex Bregman. So exciting. This is objectively, I think this is the best in-person event to go to. Fans can get involved. Fans can catch balls. Fans can talk to players. You're close enough where you can hear and speak to things. Everything is in play. It's also a great viewing experience. A lot of times it's outside. You're a Pirates fan, Three Rivers, that whole area, PNC Bank Park, whatever it's called. Very, very beautiful stadium. Wrigley, classic, iconic. Outside beers, hot dogs, eating peanuts, whether you're going whole shell or whatever, is an awesome, awesome experience. You can see batting practice before. It's so exciting. And the MLB playoffs is really where it's at. Any pitch can determine the winner or loser of a game. It's so exciting. We saw it with Game 7 of the World Series this past year with the Dodgers. Just an incredible watch. And what I really love about it is a lot of times it's on during the day. So you're not really competing. Like, there's nothing I like better than on a Saturday afternoon, getting the kids, getting the dog, and just watching the Cubs play some baseball. It's awesome. And especially with the new pitch clock, everything's a lot faster. It's great. Love baseball. I'm all in on the Major League.
Okay.
Okay.
NBA.
As a lifelong baseball fan, I'll say that the product is at its absolute worst it's ever been. I would like if you could just teleport me back to the steroid era when baseball was like a WWE. You had the better rivalries. The Yankees and the Red Sox were fucking on fire those years. You saw coaches getting, like, old men, what was his name, getting thrown down by Pedro Martinez.
Yeah, it was Don Zimmer.
Don Zimmer. You had Cubs Cardinals was way better than it currently is in its current form. As someone who loves baseball, the NBA completely dominates it right now, and you know that because you're a bigger NBA fan than an MLB fan. The MLB, as per your own words, to you is just background music when you're taking the dogs, getting the dogs ready, running errands, cooking breakfast, whatever with the kids. You weren't even a fan. How old are you? 38 years old?
Gonna be 40 in a couple weeks.
Going to be 40 in a couple weeks. You weren't even a fan the first 39 and a half years of your life. So you picked the worst iteration of Major League Baseball you possibly could have. They're about to enter a lockout. The Cubs just made a good signing. However, they're not all in. They're doing just good enough to get to the playoffs, and that's it. That's good enough for them. That's not the NBA.
Sell me on the NBA.
The NBA has the best ratings outside of the National Football League. Let me pull it up. I just looked it up. The
What do you
World
like about
Series,
the NBA? What do you like?
What
about
do
the
I like about the NBA?
Yeah.
You have global phenomenons in it. You have Michael Jordan in our lives, all the way up through LeBron James, Steph Curry, those types of players. Those guys are global phenoms. Everybody across the planet wants to look at them. You heard back in the Jordan era that you could find like monks in Nepal. People who don't even, like, their religion is just like stoicism and not paying attention to sports. and they'd be wearing Chicago Bulls hats because of how famous Michael Jordan and the NBA was. You don't see that. You might see it with Shohei Ohtani in Japan. You're not seeing that with Shohei Ohtani in Europe or elsewhere. The NBA blows NBA blows the MLB ratings out of the water because it's a better product right now, in spite of whether or not you actually like the sport. I don't like basketball as much, but the NBA is by far the better product at as we speak right now.
You got the play-in, you got the Bulls, the Hawks, the Heat just always in the play-in every year. They're wasting time. Then you got a 7-game first-round series. You're into that?
For NBA? Yeah, give it to me all every day of the week. You just said like half the Major League Baseball games are played during the day. You're doing other shit. It's background music. That's how the playoffs are too. You're gonna start.
Oh no, the playoffs are appointment television. Big.
But they start at like noon. A lot of games. It's daytime television.
You revolve your schedule around it. That is very important to watch a Major League Baseball playoff game. You know, even the series are so short.
And what does that tell you about the regular season?
It's certainly
that you tune in for the playoffs and not that 162 game slog of boringness.
But also, the problem you cited with baseball was it's not as good. Bring back to the steroid era, like you're picking the worst time to get into baseball, and then you just wax poetic about Michael Jordan, who hasn't played since 2001.
And then I brought up
for 5 minutes
his heir, LeBron James, another heir, Steph Curry. Anthony Edwards, the other guys right now, obviously, like I said, I'm not following as much, but the NBA, if you just take an average fan, they are picking the NBA over the ML or over Major League Baseball every day of the week right now.
I tell you what, I'll concede this argument if you can name 2 players on the Utah Jazz.
On the Utah Jazz, that Butler kid, and you stumped me there.
All right, let's take it to the judges.
Name 2 players on the. Let's go with the Tampa Bay Rays.
Well, Jake Mangum and Shane Baz just got traded, as I'm sure you know.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go with Junior Caminero.
Okay.
Suck that. And Tampa Bay Rays. They just traded the 2 guys that I know. There was another guy. There was another guy. There was another guy, not Junior Caminero. He was Junior Caminero won the home run derby, right?
I believe so. That sounds right.
Fuck.
All right,
he's a very good hitter.
We're gonna take this to the judges. Nick, your thoughts?
And
JP Crawford?
I don't think he was on the. He's on the Phillies.
Nick, your thoughts?
An absolute strategic masterstroke by Stephen Cheah making White Sox Dave defend the association. Dave, you're a good friend of mine. I'm embarrassed to say. It was a bloodbath.
It wasn't a bloodbath. He didn't even say that it's America's pastime. That would have been the first thing that he should have said.
He brought up points that you ignored, right? Like the length of the baseball game is tough. You could have brought up the length of the basketball game. It's like watching a movie. You're in and you're out.
That's how baseball is now too.
I think you could.
You just argued against his point.
Did I?
Yeah, he said baseball games with the pitch clock are now.
Yeah, but they're still
palatable.
longer than a basketball game. No.
They're like 2.5 hours to 3.
Or maybe 10 minutes longer than a basketball game.
Yeah.
It's pretty similar now.
Okay, I apologize. I'll step back. But I still think he got you with the Jazz there. I have to give this to Stephen Cheah.
Yeah, that's fine. But his argument was bad. It's just that I couldn't possibly.
And also,
you should have said America's
up
pastime.
the popularity of like the Bulls and stuff like that of Michael Jordan. The Yankees hat is up there with like the Nike logo of popularity of what people wear across the world. I think it has recognition as well.
That wasn't his argument. That was your argument.
No, I'm just saying what you brought up about the monks, the Tibetan monks wearing Michael Jordan jerseys.
Yandy Diaz is who I was
Yeah, my take here, Steven's rebuttal there, you came at him and talked about how the old era was better, the steroid era, which I obviously agree with, but then you immediately came over the top with Michael Jordan, so you kind of, talked out of both sides of your mouth right there. However, I did thoroughly enjoy you talking about the NBA. So just from an entertainment
Who's the
standpoint,
Butler?
Gordon Hayward.
Gordon Hayward.
Yeah.
So long
Yeah,
he's not. He's retired.
Yeah, but like,
Actually,
yeah,
I think you could have brought up the Dodgers breaking baseball, potentially.
yeah.
I don't agree with that though.
So not by much. We're literally by Steven's tact right there. I got to give it to
Sure.
as well. Lance, any notes? I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably have given it to Steven. I don't think we made incredible arguments, but I do think like the fan experience brought up by Cheah was a little edge I would have gave him probably.
I'll say that I think that both arguments were pretty poor right there.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't think it was your best debate.
Yeah.
So that's why we got 4 more. Hopefully, if it goes five questions. Steven, which culture of food?
Well, he's got to defer or not, right?
Well, you gotta hear the
choose to
question
go
first.
for, yeah.
Which culture of food to eat for the rest of your life would you pick? You could defer.
I am going to defer.
Okay.
I'll take this one. I'm going to go with American food. And I'm including pizza in that. I'm including barbecue in that. I'm including burgers in that. I'm including wings in that. Obviously, pizza, it has an Italian descent with it, but it's made famous by Americans and Italian Americans specifically. Ed, I'll give your people some credit for this one. That's every bit as like if you go and get pizza in Italy, it's not really the same as American pizza. So I'm counting pizza as American. And just America is the most racially and ethnocentrically diverse country on the planet. You have African descent, you got Southern comfort food like that. You have European descent, you got French food, you got Italian food. It's all just a big smorgasbord of plucking from that region of the world, this region of the world, and you blend it together to make the best food on earth. Now, you have cattle country in the middle America, like Nebraska. You got dairy country, Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa. You got nothing but wheat and barley in the middle of the country as well. Then you have the southern border. You have a Mexican flair to your food. American food, it's got the best blend of everything. If you put a gun to my head, I'm taking American food 10 times out of 10.
Okay. Steven.
Just picking Applebee's.
No, I'm picking American food.
Eating good in the neighborhood is American, right? That
Yeah,
you're just taking
yeah.
Applebee's menu. We cited wings. I gotta throw the flag on pizza. Pizza is very obviously Italian.
It's not. It's American.
And
It's American. It's anglicized.
Tex-Mex was a little of a reach too.
Why?
Mex.
It's American. You put American flair on different cuisines. Is my point.
All right, I'm gonna go.
And you're not the one making the argument here.
That's right.
So tap out.
Tapped out.
I'm going with Asian food. Just Asian food. in
Shocker. Come on, that's
So
too easy. Sorry.
So you got sushi, obviously healthy. You got Chinese food if you want to indulge. Chinese food is maybe the number one takeout. Certainly pizza, which is Italian, but Chinese food will travel. Can play a road game. You got sushi being healthy. You want to have some noodles?
Sushi
We
is not
got
healthy.
pad thai. We got a lot of versatility. If you want a steak, what's the best kind of cut? Kobe beef, Japanese. Give me Asian food just for the pure versatility. Sushi also travels with road games. You want French fries? You want a delivery order of French fries getting all soggy and wet? No thanks. Give me Asian food.
do you know where the potato comes from?
Idaho?
Stephen Cheah? Yeah, that part of the world. So I'll take the American French fry, freedom fry.
You realize I was
call it.
criticizing French fries as an American food, right? Not an Asian food.
But continue then.
I heard that was the whole point. Is that
But
American food?
so
if you're ordering French fries, they're
So
going to get soggy.
you're sticking basically to the lowest form of food: a sliced up potato, deep fried in vegetable oil.
It was one you cited.
You cited French fries.
You didn't say French fries.
I didn't
Aaron?
say French fries once. I didn't say French fries one single time. You brought up French fries.
That's part of American food, so that would be in it. That's going to be a side dish for almost every American entree that you order.
It would be an option for sure. Yeah.
Yes. So I
And-
feel like that's fair to criticize.
But because they don't travel well, that's the best you can do about American food is that French fries don't travel well.
French fries don't travel well. I think that a lot of the big staples you have, Tex-Mex and pizza, are not American.
They're
foods.
Americanized.
In my mind, you have like a BLT, you have salads, you have steak, which is good. You have baked potatoes, and then that's the main
Southern
things.
comfort food.
Okay.
Like
You're eating barbecue every day. You're eating wings every day.
New England clam chowder, lobsters from the Northeast.
Manhattan clam chowder is terrible.
I said New England clam chowder. Manhattan
clam chowder is American.
Manhattan clam chowder is not New England. Manhattan.
It's American. We're not defending New England here.
I'm picking out different parts of the.
And I'm picking all your worst foods. There are a lot of bad foods.
I don't even like New England clam chowder. I'm saying that.
Well, then what are you talking about?
I'm using. People love it. People love it.
Not
okay?
you.
Not me, but people do.
Why don't you like it?
Why don't I like it? Because I don't like mixing cream and fish.
You're just arguing against your own point now.
I'm not arguing against my own point. I'm saying that is a beloved delicacy in a certain part of the world that is very American. You said pad thai and you're like, sushi travels well. Sushi gets hard after a minute. And you said it's healthy. It's not healthy. It's nothing but carbs.
Sushi.
It's white rice. Yes, it's nothing but carbs. Trust me. There's some fish in it, yes. But
it's healthier than fucking burgers and fries.
But I didn't argue that burgers and fries were healthy. You used sushi being healthy as your argument.
It's a nice. You don't have to get the rice on it. You can do sashimi.
Oh, okay. So now you're moving goalposts.
Well, I'm just saying you have a lot of options. Also, Vietnamese food is very, very good.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. Enjoy
dumplings.
it.
Dumplings, very good. You like
dumplings
stuff.
Dumplings can be American. They can be Eastern European. They can be Asian. Dumplings are like all over the world.
Dumplings are very Asian unless you're going like
Ethiopian, African.
No.
Yes, they are.
All right, we will go to the judges. Lance, I'll pass it to you first.
I really don't even know if we made any strong arguments there. To be honest, I like American food more, but I think the health option for the rest of your life was probably the strongest argument made. I think we
used sushi as the example.
All right, so I actually looked it up. Is sushi healthy? And the first thing is yes, sushi can be very healthy, offering omega-3s, proteins, vitamins, minerals, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know.
Where are omega-3s at, bitch?
But I don't know.
Fish oil every day.
I think I would give it to Cheah, but again, not much. I think we just kind of battled.
That was a
random
horrible
things.
argument he made.
All right, I'll go next then. I actually, I think Dave overall named more foods for the American side, so I got to give Dave some credit there. I also think he kind of big-brained it too. He kind of almost got a lot of things that are adapted from other cultures, so I got to give him credit for that. And I'm gonna go Dave here actually. So the pressure's on Nick.
I thought this was dog shit. It was the two most non-answers you could imagine. You took everything and you took the most populated area of Earth with China, Japan, India, Taiwan, Philippines. You took Asia. Neither of those I think of are like cultures of food. Like, babe, should we get American tonight? Nobody fucking says that. Like, Mexican.
You say, let's get a burger, let's get wings,
right,
let's get pizza.
Babe, I didn't
that's
fucking
American
say that.
food.
I said, let's get American. Nobody's ever said that ever.
But that's what
we got to
American food.
Oh, they opened up a new American place down the street. We got to swing by. So those were two horrible non-answers.
Because you're in America.
But
when I was in Panama, I said, let's go to the American bar.
The American bar?
Yes.
What was that?
It was in a bar that served American. Honestly, they beat the shit out of American. Like, their burger was better than the majority of burgers I've had in.
I'm giving it to Dave because he named a country.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
I
did appreciate that too. I thought that was a little unfair to go blanket Asian.
But even still, that was still a very
I would
broad
concede the
answer.
first argument with the NBA and MLB. I thought I'm off the floor with them on this one.
I thought you won that one.
It was just weak that it was like you took everything.
Yeah, you did take everything.
But that is what American cuisine is. It's a smorgasbord of all different sort of cultures.
What would you say the most American food is?
Like I think Gunda head cheeseburger, like burger.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. 1-1. Good job, Dave.
But I would consider pizza an American food.
So I will ask the next question to you. This was suggested by one of the judge members, and this is also how this show was conceived.
Okay.
So it's kind of a rehash of an old debate, but it needs to be official. Dave, Is eating pussy an alpha or a beta move?
No, it's an alpha move.
So you're taking it?
Yeah, I'm taking
Okay.
it.
All
Eating
right.
pussy's an alpha move. You go down, you get them off, and when they're they're getting off, they get all tense and tight, and you just feel great afterwards, and then go to bed, and the night's over. It's the best feeling on earth. And that's my argument.
wait. Okay, let's take this apart in a couple.
It's so hard not to say anything.
In a couple things. So, White Sox Dave, do you consider yourself an alpha male?
Yeah, completely.
Okay,
Totally.
you famously have said that you don't like eating pussy.
It was a shtick from that 70s
That was a
show.
shtick?
It was from that 70s show.
The network television sitcom
Yes,
was talking about it.
they talked about it, and they're like, it has a mucous membrane. And they were like looking up an actual textbook about like the vaginal opening.
Okay, so the way that you think this goes is you eat pussy and then you go to sleep.
Typically, yeah.
That's typically what happens?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is after. Is this after sexual intercourse, or
Yeah.
you're just not getting anything?
No. That it's all mixed in. Sometimes you start with it, sometimes you end with it. It doesn't matter. When it's thrown in, it's thrown in.
So you have gone
midst
for the
of-
record, you have gone sexual intercourse to eating pussy last. Is that correct?
No, I have not done that.
Did you not? Am I taking crazy bills? Did you not just say that sometimes that's how it goes?
I know what you're getting at. No, I will typically start with the.
Typically, but not
Yeah.
always.
Sometimes it's after there's hand play, or typically, or sometimes after it's performed on me. You know,
Why is it beta, Cheah? Let's.
Okay. I mean, if you want to take this route, and for the record, I do not necessarily believe this, but I will argue it. Eating pussy can be seen as beta because you're not the one getting off. If you're the alpha male, you should be getting off. I don't think anyone is necessarily ejaculating from eating pussy. It can be an enhancement or something that leads to that eventually, but nobody during that is coming as far as the male. So if you're the true alpha, if you're Daniil Hunter who's getting head every day, that is an alpha move. You see a man sacking a quarterback on Monday Night Football in the playoffs. You see hulked up. He's getting blown every day. He's not eating pussy every day, probably. That is a beta thing to do. And Daniil Hunter and guys like
there's
him are
nothing.
alphas.
There's nothing more alpha than taking care of your woman, Steven. There's nothing more alpha than that.
I
like
can tell you don't believe that by the way you're talking about it.
I'm looking you dead in the eye and saying that there's nothing more alpha than being the head honcho, the king of the castle. There's nothing more alpha than that. You're the main event, the main attraction.
Me personally, because I do that a lot.
No, just taking care of your woman as a whole.
Okay, do you think?
And that includes
All right, let's spin this on me.
how do you say it?
Cunnilingus?
Cunnilingus. Say it.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Cunnilingus.
Cunnilingus.
Yeah. Can I ask one more thing to both? Like, I'm a visual learner. How would like a beta eat pussy? Like, can you give me a little?
Like meekly.
Yeah, beta eat pussy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Probably that's a lot of just tongue. If I was a beta,
Like can I
painting
see?
the fence.
All right.
What is your
That would be a
28
beta move. That's not necessarily how I do it.
What is your 28-minute video? Give us like a 5-second little teaser.
There's a lot into that. That's
You can't
Stick to the
tease
bait.
that.
How
It's
does-
28 minutes for a reason.
Dave, can I see how an alpha does it?
You just go face first and go to town.
right.
It can't
You put your hat on backwards.
No, I don't wear a hat at home.
Does the alpha? How do you use anything more than your face?
Like toys or no, like hands or something. Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
You do it. You know
Like
exactly.
what?
You know exactly. I'm not giving the visual for Ed and Lantz to clip. I know what they're doing.
So
Yeah.
you're not gonna.
No.
You're not gonna. Well, let's just like.
I'll do it.
Show
if
me how you do. Like if you're
I'll
playing,
do it, Ed.
If you're playing Mario Party, how do you do the controller?
Played it last night.
How did you like? What's your method?
I stole it from you actually.
What's your method?
I don't have Mario Party.
In your office, you
Not
get in
anymore.
the safe. Yeah.
How'd you get into the safe?
I got a key from Arash.
God damn it.
But if you're doing the light bulb mini game, how do you like? What do you?
I want to see you show me how to do it.
I'm just a judge. I'm out.
Do it under the table.
Yeah.
We won't look.
All right.
I just want to end on the fact that White Sox Dave said at typically he'll start with eating pussy, not all the time.
I backed myself into a little
and
corner on that one. Yeah,
do that after
Yeah.
sex.
All right, so I will take this first because it's my turn. Dave, I have to give that to Cheah. Yeah. Your opening argument was pretty weak. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go to bed. Like I don't know the way.
There's nothing more fucking alpha than just doing your business, getting
After
off and
Thanksgiving, just makes you sleepy.
Yeah.
Had too much.
All right.
I don't know. Like there was
See you in the morning.
something there where it's like you're it's a 2-meat dinner or something like that. Like I don't know. Like I feel like you could have had a lot more there. So I'm gonna go Cheah. Nick.
See, I think Cheah, after Dave's opening arguments, Cheah had him against the ropes. He could have said anything like, this is more masculine. You can't get it done with your dick. You have to go to your mouth. What's the symbol of masculinity? A penis. You can't use it. You can't do it with that. But I don't think Cheah defended it well enough. And then Dave got very beautiful with it. He said nothing's better, nothing's more masculine, nothing's more alpha than taking care of your woman. It was beautiful. So I'm going to go with Dave.
All right, 1-1, Lance. You're the tiebreaker.
I'm gonna agree with Dave. I think like you probably could have home run balled that one. I don't know if you did, but I still think you won. I think Cheah also like immediately being like always like, well, I don't actually believe this, but
I mean, he doesn't believe it either.
well,
I didn't say it though. Not in the argument.
your poetic argument there got me, so I'll give it to you.
You guys are the worst judges ever because I would have given that.
We
to
just
Cheah.
voted.
I know. I would have given it to the integrity.
I did. And to be fair, I'm okay with Cheah doing that. We live in a clip world. I don't
Yes,
I know you
yes,
guys don't want
yes,
that out
yes.
there. So I'm not going to dock you for anything like that. So, all right, Dave. Improbable win.
Wait, we're done already?
No, it's 2-1 right now.
Yeah,
You're not
okay.
it, but
we got 5,
I'm
right?
shocked you won that one. Yeah, exactly. All right, Dave. So for the win.
Wow.
For the win. Is golf a sport or a game?
Golf's a sport. I'm taking this one. Golf's a sport. It's an individual sport. I stink at golf. I watch the majors, but there's nothing more. There's no more pressure-packed situation than you versus whoever is on the leaderboard against you. If you are on the leaderboard on a Sunday golf tournament, it's you, and that's it. It is you versus the elements. You versus your own brain. You versus the other people, obviously, but you can't blame it on anything else other than you. And that's the beauty of golf to me, is that it's the most individual sport there is. You could argue tennis, I guess, but there's something beautiful in you having full autonomy on how you do or how you perform well or how you perform poorly. And that's what makes it the best individual sport probably on earth, the most entertaining. Obviously, it's become huge over the last few years. I don't want to say largely, but at least somewhat due in part to foreplay and the explosion of internet golf. But that, like, if Rome Odunze drops that ball that Caleb, that perfect pass that Caleb made on Saturday night, that's not on Caleb. That's on Rome Odunze. Like, there's outside factors that are outside of your control in other sports that can go against you. That doesn't happen in golf. It's all on you. It's all on your shoulders, and it's all up to you on how well you do. You can't blame anybody else. It's inward focus, and that's what makes it great. It's absolutely a sport, but it can also double down as a game, just like anything else can. Sort of like basketball, you can shoot hoops, play, but like I could go on a golf sim, but golf, PGA golf is absolutely a sport.
All right, Cheah. Why is it a game?
You can play golf and not get sweaty. You can play golf and take a golf cart anywhere. If you're not and trying to get the most exercise, you're walking. You're never actually moving your body outside of hitting the shots. Golf is a very, very difficult game, and I respect the people that do it a lot. And it's a tough skill to master. But as far as sports, I don't think you can put it up there. And I realize that it is covered on ESPN, but I don't think that you can put it up there with the baseballs, the basketballs, the footballs. Even cycling is a sport where you get very, very sweaty, and it is an endurance thing. There is no stamina issue with golf. You're never like, oh, wow, he must be tired. He's on the 18th hole. Like, That's just what these people do. It is a game. It is a game of incredible skill. I do not see how you can.
Have you ever watched
get this game as a sport?
Have you ever watched Tiger Woods in like a major in his red shirt? Have you ever seen what his armpits look like?
Some people are sweaty. I'm just saying you can not sweat playing golf. You can also do it,
Ed,
depending on the.
Have you ever not sweat playing golf? Because I sweat every time I play golf.
You're a sweaty person. Is that fair?
Yeah, I'd say I'm normal.
You also hit like 4 tee shots a hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
But continue. Like the sweaty thing, like that's just not true. You're sweating. I played baseball my whole life, and I would go I played baseball until I was 23 years old, and there'd be entire games, especially if I was DHing, where I would not sweat a drip. I'm sitting in the fucking dugout.
Well, if you're playing part-time and you're designated hitting, yes. Are you arguing baseball's not a sport?
No, I'm not arguing. I'm arguing against you saying you don't sweat, so golf isn't a sport because you don't sweat, you don't move a lot. Baseball is another example of a sport where you don't move a lot. It's not physically taxing like other sports like football or basketball or cycling. Golf's absolutely a sport. And like, I don't, this isn't me being sexist or misogynistic or anything. Like an argument is competitive cheerleading. Is that a sport or not? I do think competitive cheerleading is a sport, but
Guys
like
do that too.
Cheerleading on the sideline, maybe not as much because it's not competition. You're not playing against another team. So I think that's they have it on like Saturday morning sometimes, like cheerleading competitions. You throw on ESPN, you see it, and it's like, oh, look at these guys. They're freak athletes. They're like gymnasts. That would be, but like golf, same way. Just because it's not a physically imposing sport, doesn't make it not a sport.
If you're rolling up to a public course right now, you can roll up in jeans and it's not a problem. You should not be able to play a sport in jeans.
Who would do that? I could walk up to a local basketball court and play basketball in jeans. I could do it downstairs in 5-on-5.
I think it would be heavily frowned upon.
Yeah, same thing if you walked up to a tee box in jeans and like.
I don't think so on a public course.
On a public course, I worked at a public course all through high school and college. If someone walked up to the tee box and I wouldn't say anything, but I would judge them in my head. Same thing if someone walked up to play 5-on-5 Friday afternoons here and had jeans on, I'd say the same thing.
You can be any shape or size, R.I.P. Beef. He's a guy who is a golfer, a man of great skill. I wouldn't say he's the best athlete in the world, and it takes an incredible skill set. Like that's what I'm saying. But it is a game.
This is the first person that popped into my head. So Paul Konerko, do you know that name?
White Sox player. Yes.
Yeah, White Sox player back on the 05 team. Yes, I don't know how you knew that, but yes. Literally, I would guess if he ran a 40-yard dash, it would be close to 6. 5'5", it'd be horrible. You don't need to be an athlete to play a sport. Like a good physically imposing athlete, like, V-shaped six-pack. You don't need to do that for other sports too.
Let's take it to the judges. Nick, you're up first.
Oh, man. I didn't like either of these. Cheah, I think there were some routes you could have taken that you ignored.
He didn't even make an argument.
The jeans thing, you lost me there.
He had me, and then Dave rebutted well where he could.
He did rebuttal well, but then did Dave not say he slipped up as well? We looked at each other.
Yeah.
Said it's a sport, but it also pairs as a game.
But all sports are comprised of games.
Yeah.
Well, see, I don't want to get my personal belief. I got to go White Sox Dave. I'd love to see this go 5.
Yeah, well, listen, I'm sorry to do this to you, Lance, but I got to give it to Cheah solely because, like, I don't need you to put your foot in your mouth again. Like, you had a nice argument off the rip, and then you said, well, it's a game. There's a simulator, and then you lost me there.
You said it can be a game.
Yeah.
Any sport.
So, Lance, up to you.
My opinion before hearing both of yours, I was going to call it a stalemate. Dave, I was so hoping you would say golf is in the Olympics. And then if you were to look up golf and find it in a category on your TV, you'd find it in the sports category. I was hoping for that so much. I didn't get it. Cheah, I liked it, but also I would call it a stalemate. I was going in stalemate before.
There were points both of you could have made that could have swayed me. I wish you would have been like, these sports have a defense.
That's the one you should have made. That's what I would have made on the other side. That
or
you play
compared golf to
defense.
darts. If you compared golf to darts, I'd have been like,
So you realize with your stalemate, you're giving White Sox Dave the win. Are you sure you want to stalemate?
Just give it to Cheah in that case.
Let's go. Let's go another one.
Okay.
Not the case. If it was a stalemate,
I wouldn't mind.
It would be 1-1.
It would be 1-1 stalemate. Oh,
yeah,
so
you're
then-
right.
Well, I would vote to crumple this one up and toss it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but then that.
Well, we got to do it. We're going to do the fifth one anyways.
Yeah,
It's,
all right, so
it's a
2-2?
fake.
Yeah,
call
2-2. Give it to Cheah.
All
This
right,
is the.
good.
But if you're a stalemate, I'd be up 2-1.
it's 2-1-1.
Yeah, 2-1-1.
But I don't
That's what I'm
think the tiebreaker can't be a stalemate. I had to make a decision. I made a decision on Cheah.
Okay,
Let's go.
so there's no. Let's disregard that. All right, so for all the marbles right here, White Sox Dave, you still have the right. No, you have the right. You just won. Sorry, I'm getting fucked up. All right, Stephen Cheah, would you rather be decent friends with your neighbors or not know them at all?
Decent friends by a mile. I have my direct neighbor who is way too old to listen. He's probably 100 years old. I don't know why he lives in a house. I have spoken to him exactly one time, and it was me going up to introduce myself. Not knowing your neighbors stinks. I did, prior to that, live on a block with a lot of active neighbors that were out, very friendly, knew everybody by name. It was so enjoyable, and it was actually like my number one favorite thing about living in the Midwest, because in the Northeast typically people are not super friendly. You don't really know your neighbors. I once saw one of my neighbors shaving his back on their back patio, and that was my first introduction to them. I barely ever saw them. Here in the Midwest, it's great. You get to know your neighbors. The yards are close. It's very friendly. You get to know who is around. If your kids are playing outside, I could sometimes be in my house and have my kids playing outside, and just seeing other adults there that we knew was so comforting. Were we best friends? No, not at all. But having that just like friendly, like, hello, how you doing? Like, what's going on? Knowing what they do for a living, knowing what their, friends or family members that come to the house often, what their stories are, is so lovely that I wish I had that forever.
White Sox
Can
Dave,
you read the question one more time?
would you rather be decent friends with your neighbors or not know them at all?
So I heard it differently. I thought you just said, it says decent in there.
Well, how did you hear it?
I just, no adjective with it. Just, would you rather be friends with?
Okay, then just say friends. Say friends.
Okay. So on that
think
note,
that's how I
Stephen
said it
Cheah did not describe friends right there. He just said he met his 100-year-old neighbor one time, tried to get to know him, couldn't do it.
That's the argument for not knowing your neighbors.
He
at all.
didn't like that.
I know.
Not like that.
Yeah, you were arguing on behalf of you want to know your neighbors and be friends with them, correct?
I was giving an example. Yes. But I was arguing that I don't know this guy. I know his first name, and that's it, and that sucks.
Okay. Now I see what you're saying. Yeah. That's for a reason though. He doesn't want to know you because knowing your neighbors, like what you described, is the perfect amount of knowing your neighbors. You want to know who's in your community. Make sure there's no shysters or shady people around. Obviously, make sure he's not a drug dealer. He's got some profession. He's good father, good mother, good family. That way, your family's safe in their surroundings, in their community. But beyond that, I don't need to know my neighbors. I live in a condo. There's a person above me and a person below me. We're on a text thread to discuss HOAs, and that's it. That is our living situation. We don't want to be friends. We don't want to knock on each other's doors. Hey, what are you doing right now? Let's hang out. Absolutely not. There's a finite amount of people that you want to be friends in your life. Every adult male, I would say every adult should have them. I'm not going to speak for chicks, but every adult male that, especially with what we do, we hang out with our friends for a living, to dumb it down to what we do. You don't want to go out and have to make new friends. And now that doesn't mean you are going to be a dickhead to your neighbors. You can be, nice. Hey, Mike, how are you, down the street? But that's it. That's the cutoff. I don't need to ever be friends with my neighbor ever under any circumstance. And just because they're neighbors doesn't mean that you should try to force friendship out of them either, and vice versa. I don't want you to try to be friends with me. I'm not going to try to be friends. If it happens naturally, cool. But it's not a necessity in any form, any way at all. In fact, I would prefer if they just gave me the head nod and that's it.
I had a neighbor when I lived in New Jersey who had a family, kids similar age, and refused to honestly talk to us ever. He would wave, and that was the extent of our relationship. That was terrible. moving here and getting to know my neighbors. I'm now on a text thread. We go out, once every other month together. It is very, very nice to have that community. And some of the best TV shows, talking about apartment living, some of the best TV shows, sitcoms, New Girl, Friends, are all about people live in living situations that get to know their neighbors and become great friends through that with their community, Central Perk,
because Cosmo Kramer,
Seinfeld, yes.
Because Cosmo Kramer uninvitedly would just run through Jerry's apartment, steal all his food, and be a dickhead. That's your argument for why you should be friends with your neighbors?
I'm just saying
a sitcom.
They were best friends. In which case you do get that. If you're just friends with them.
I said that. Like, if it happens naturally, sure, that's one thing. But like, I'm never, ever, ever going to be the one to initiate that attempt at being friends. If it happens, cool. I don't think it, for me right now at this point in my life, it ever will, because I have that. I've reached my friend limit. But like, just be good neighbors. You don't need to be best friends.
You don't need to be best friends, but it is. But if I had the choice, I would much prefer to be friends. If we're out of an old adage of like being out of sugar and you're making a pie or something like that, you can just go next door and be like, hey, can you help me out
I'll
for
go
a second?
to the
and that's
convenience
no
store
problem at all.
across the
I think
street.
it's so much nicer having
Uber
a
Eats.
community and friends around you that you trust as opposed to strangers.
Yeah, you can have all that without being friends with them and calling them up on Friday night. Like, hey, what are you doing for the Bears game tomorrow? Like, you don't, that's...
And do that. You don't have to.
I will say it is great for when you're making a pie and need ingredients.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll bring it to the judges. Lance, I believe it's your turn to go first.
I think it was close. I think I probably give it to Cheah. Dave, I don't know if you said enough about like, you're like, I just don't necessarily want to be friends, but if we did become friends, that's fine. Like, I don't know if you gave me
my
strong
point
enough
was is
argument
that
as
you
to, like,
just
why you
because
wouldn't
they're
want.
neighbors doesn't automatically mean they need to be friends.
Sure, I guess I just didn't hear a strong
Which
enough
is
argument. where it's like,
Shay's
you-
point. Like, if they're neighbors, they're friends.
No, the question was, would you rather?
Yeah, and I don't think
be
you gave me enough to
friends
tell
or
me exactly
strangers?
why you would pick totally strangers over friends. Especially considering you're like, well, if we did become friends, that's fine.
So you're going Cheah?
I am.
Yeah, Dave, you confused me because then you turned it into like if it happens a naturally argument, and I was like, that really wasn't the question. Like he said that at one point. We looked at each other.
Yeah.
I wouldn't ever, like, if...
But you said I'd be fine if it happened.
Yeah, I'm also disappointed.
But it
in
wouldn't
Cheah.
ever
Like
happen.
we didn't talk about one of the best advantages of knowing your neighbors and being friends is they grab your package. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. It didn't go there.
I have texted the other people in my building. I did it in Panama. That doesn't make them friends. It makes them friendly.
It definitely makes a difference with city and suburban living as well.
That also was something that I was going to bring up, but...
Dave, I just don't think you did enough, so I'm going to go Cheah.
Yeah, Dave, you could have won me over so easily. I'm a staunch believer that it's better to be strangers.
Really?
Yeah. And you kind of just being on the fence. If it happens, it happens. That just weakened the whole argument because it sounded like you were fine with it.
I'm not fine with it. I don't want any friends. Everybody who knows me
But you
knows
said if it happens, that's fine.
that. It's not, though. I don't want to be friends with you. Like,
So it's got to be Cheah.
Yeah, I was hoping for like a story of maybe like why a neighbor would just annoyed the shit out of you, and you're like, he was trying to be too friendly.
No, I don't
Maybe it's
let him
like
get
you're not
to that
always in
point.
the mood to see someone, and then
I
you
don't
know
let
there's
it
gonna
get
be
to that
a
point.
conversation. Like,
Or like if you're having an argument with somebody in your life and then your neighbor's like, oh, hey, watching you, they're in your business a little bit, and they're
Yeah.
more
There's
familiar with you.
There's if you're friends, there's a chance you become unfriended, and
Yeah.
then you
It's
have to live next to
awkward.
them forever.
yeah,
You don't want to hang out with them, or you feel like staying in. They invite you over. You can't lie.
that's how you can't. Yeah, sorry, I'm not in town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
There's a
think
lot
any
of
those I
routes.
would've
There's
gave
a
it
lot
to
of
you.
routes, Dave.
But what route did Steven take?
The kids helped.
Community.
Kids was
Yes, he's inside, but he still feels safe
That's
and
a-
secure with the community.
I said that too.
Well, that would be what?
I said that too. You don't have to be friends so long as you know that the community around you is
You have to
good.
You have to be friends with somebody to trust them around your kid.
For sure.
But if you all can too. You can read people enough through one conversation, an introductory conversation, to know if should I keep an eye on this guy or should I not?
My next door neighbor that lives next to us right now, like I said, he's like 100 years old. If he was even a regular age and I had met him one time, I'm not being like, hey, yeah, kids, go play with that dude.
I just said that.
I'm saying I would not.
I know. You can make that call based on one conversation. I don't need to be friends with them and
But I don't
to
think you can make the friend
dig
call.
into their life.
You can make the not friend call with one conversation, but I don't think you can make the friend call with one
I could make the
conversation.
friend call with one conversation.
There's nobody that you've had a bad first impression with that you became friends with later?
Not off the top of my head.
There's got to be.
I mean, there
Did you
could
like
be,
Ed off
but-
the rip?
Yeah. Yeah. He handed me a baseball card at Joe's on Weed Street, and I thought it was kind of odd.
No, I think you got met. I think, no, we were at Rebel, and then we went to Houndstooth after, and you were singing Chicken Fried, and I was taking a video of you. I think you were like, don't fucking post that. It's the first time I ever met you.
I think I remember you handing me baseball cards. I want to say the Riegers were there.
Well, that was like one of the first times. Yeah.
there's
But the very first time was Bears Eagles watch party. I remember it vividly. And we saw
where
Ronnie,
they lost by like 50.
Yes, we saw
Yeah.
Ronnie Wu on Clark Street.
There's
In a
to
Bears-
answer your
in a Bears
question.
helmet.
Ed's got buddies that we reference on the show kind of regularly that are like a weird side character. It's very, very inside joke. But back in like 2012 when I started with Barstool, you could see the email address of people who would post comments on your blogs. And this dude would just fucking lay into me. So 23 or 4-year-old, whatever it was, me, I emailed him like, fuck you, motherfucker. I forget exactly what I said, but him and I kind of became friends now.
Oh, so you.
Oh.
So then, yeah.
That happened, yeah.
So it did kind of happen.
Yeah.
Okay, Stephen Cheah, congrats on another win.
Thanks.
Is that 3 in a row now?
Is this asterisk to you, Dave?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It always will be.
No, I'll admit defeat if I feel like I've been defeated. I do not feel like I've been defeated in this one or last one. The comments were 1,000% on my side on the last one.
Well, that's why we got more impartial judges. Nick, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. It was,
I hope
it was
you.
great. This is great.
I hope you'll come back.
Well, I'd love to. I love this.
Okay, good.
You wanted to
Thank you.
hop in so many of those.
I had to bite my tongue.
I know. I was
sometimes.
looking.
Yeah, Lance, thank you as well. Jay, congrats.
Thank you. For
All right, everybody.
Some are saying a dynasty.
That is Brain Clash number 6, and we'll see you guys on Tuesday.